Hello groupies, I'm the video channel producer, you can call me PD, and welcome to a brand new series. This is a pilot series. Obviously I'm in Korea right now, I'm not in my studio. Once I'm back in the States and I have a professional studio set up again, this will be a lot more professional, better lighting obviously. But I wanted to do a pilot episode and see how this concept would be received. So we're starting a brand new series called Diving Deeper. Now what is Diving Deeper? Well, the truth is I have been listening to K-pop since I was born. I am Korean. For me, K-pop is not just K-pop, it's music. And while I have a lengthy knowledge that goes all the way back to the 90s, but the truth is when it comes to more recent groups, the only groups that actually stand are 17 and Card, which means I've listened to all their songs, all their albums. So all the other groups, while I check out every title track they put out, I don't check out their albums. I don't check out their non-title tracks. So this series is about diving deeper into those other groups. I have never listened to non-title tracks from GOT7, from EXO, or whoever. So this series is about me wanting to get more acquainted with groups I want to know more about. Now we're going to be starting our first pilot episode with Red Velvet. Now for a long time I could not get into Red Velvet. No matter how many title tracks came out, I was just like, this is not for me. But then Peekaboo happened, and Peekaboo is such a phenomenal track, I thought, alright, it's time to dive deeper into Red Velvet. So, with fan voting on Twitter, here's what we came up with. So I had people suggest songs of their 2 favorite Red Velvet songs that were not title tracks. Based on all the collective suggestions sent in, and based on voting, here's what we got. In first place, we have Body Talk. In second place, we have Oh Boy. In third place, we have Zoo and Some Kinda Crazy tied together. In fourth place, we have Time Slip and Some Love tied together. And in fifth place, we have Talk to Me. Now, a bunch of other Red Velvet songs were suggested, but like I said, I only want to do 5 rankings. So, like I said, a couple of these are tied, so we can't do anything about that. So we're going to be checking out both. More Red Velvet, the better, right? We're going to start in reverse order, in what I assume the number 1 suggestion has to be the best, so we'll save the best for last. So we're going to be starting with number 5's Talk to Me. Oh, I thought my headphones were messed up for a second. That's a cool effect. Sort of sounds like 90s like girl group music, just like a little bit more feminine, a little bit more bubblegum pop. But seriously, a lot of this composition reminds me of like old school American girl groups. Like I imagine like if this was like maybe an octave lower or a key lower, like Destiny's Child or like TLC could be singing something like this. Yeah, I would download this. I love that effect they're doing where they're like rewinding and switching it up. It's pretty good. Like I said, very reminiscent of like 90s girl groups in America. I really enjoyed that. We're going to be checking out fourth place. This is Time Slip and Some Love. Okay. Not what I expected from a song called Time Slip. All of their non-title track songs are very different from their title track songs. Okay, this is also very reminiscent of like old school 90s music. It's like old school 90s hip-hop music. What is this funky bass line?
back today 황홀한 꿈결 속에 눈을 감으면 times 잠결에 취해 그렇지만 times 또 다른 세계로 눈을 감으면 times 어디든 best place 그러죠 I love it.
So the past two songs, I see a similar trend where they sound like an old school 90s R&B girl group from America. Like I said, very, very reminiscent of something from like Destiny Child or TLC. Like I don't know what's going on. But let's move on to the next one. This is Some Love, and it's called Some Love, and I just gotta imagine that this has to be different, right? Alright, I expected a slow song. Not a slow song. I don't know what instrument that is, but there's like this sharp whistling in the background. Might be like a flute. Oh, I like this. It's a little whimsical, it's a little tropical, it's a little funky. I like that. I like that a lot. Of all the non-title track songs we've heard so far, this might be my favorite. Some Love is really good. So those were the 4th place songs. Now we're going to be moving on to the 3rd place tied songs, which is Zoo and Something Kinda Crazy. I gotta say, now that we're 3 songs in, I'm really, really interested in Red Velvet's style. All their title tracks, honestly, have not interested me at all. But what are these songs? Oh my god. It's a lot darker. You can hear like the birds in the distance and then the occasional like elephant trumpet, like. This sounds like a typical American club party song, like in a seriously, I can imagine, like, at least with this instrumental and that chorus, I can imagine Pitbull doing a song like this. This is really interesting to add the girl group element. Oh my god, Wendy, holy shit. I gotta admit, that Tarzan cry in the middle threw me off. Like I said, this sounds like a typical club song in America, and they added like a K-pop twist to it. And I can imagine like Pitbull putting out a song like this. Wow, that was really interesting. And to fit it with the whole thematic theme of a zoo, that was pretty interesting. Next up, we're gonna do something kind of crazy. This is a lot more mellow than Zoo.
I don't know what's happening to me. 내 얘기 잘 들어봐. 외로운 별이 있어 아주 작지만
Oh, what does this remind me of?
반짝이던 어느 날 밤 하늘에 찡하고 금이가
Oh, that little deep bass line is really, really groovy. Oh, this reminds me of like an 80s love song. That's what it is. That's what this instrumental is like. Seriously, Red Velvet's ability to jump genres and eras in time is very, very interesting. I don't like it as much as Some Love, honestly. I would put this lower because right now it's tied for third place with Zoo, but I would replace Some Love with something kind of crazy. Like I said, this is just based on pure voting results. We're going to move on to second place. This is Oh Boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, 나를 비추는 빛, oh boy, 모든 네 눈빛, oh boy.
I like this so far. This is very confident. I love the kicks. I love the piano. Ooh, this is like early 2000s R&B female music in America. Ooh, those violins. I think Wendy is my favorite vocalist, is what I'm finding. Wow. I gotta admit, that surprised me. I can see why that is so high on the list. Oh Boy is really, really good. Again, I think it's very influenced by the late 90s, early 2000s kind of style. Before we get more into that, let's listen to the number one most voted song. This is Body Talk. This is very dark. Where are these synths going? It's got this very epic sort of feeling to it. Whoa! thought the chorus was a little bit messy. Maybe if I listen to it again, it might work. But overall right now, I'm actually really enjoying the verses and the overall mood of this song. God, do you hear that oscillating beat in the background? I love that. Ooh. I think with the chorus, what I was looking for was like a bigger crash. It kind of transitions into the chorus like really quickly. Body Talk is phenomenal. I see why it's the #1 most voted song. The general mood of that song is so dark. The progressiveness of the underlying beat. My God, I felt so many things. Like, it's such an emotional song. Oh my God, I love it. Now, after listening to all the songs, I would change the rankings just a little bit. I think Body Talk is #1 and Oh Boy is #2. That is fine. But in third place, right now it's Zoo and Something Kinda Crazy. I would change it. I would make it Zoo and Some Love. And fourth place would be Time Slip and Something Kinda Crazy. And fifth place would stay with Talk to Me. Now, it's just one change, but I just think that Some Love, in my opinion, is better than Something Kinda Crazy. Overall, I'm very surprised by Red Velvet's music. This is not even remotely what I was expecting. I'm glad that I dove deeper into Red Velvet because Body Talk is one of the best things I've ever heard, and none of these are like their title tracks. I don't know how vastly different it could be, but whatever game they're playing, they are fucking making it work, and I see why they are as popular as they are. I mean, I had a lot of suggestions here. Stuff like Lucky Girl, Cool Hot Sweet Love, that came pretty close. Hear the Sea, Huff and Puff, like just a lot of these I want to check out on my own, but I'm glad I checked out any of this at all. So thank you, groupies, for turning me on to Red Velvet. For the next episode of Diving Deeper, why don't you guys leave suggestions? So in the comments below, just simply nominate one artist of your choosing, and then next to that artist, include 2 songs that are not the title track. Whether it's GOT7, BTS, EXO, or whoever, just leave your comments down below. Again, only choose one artist and only choose 2 non-title track songs. And based on how many votes we have, I will then pick the artist, and then based on those suggestions, we'll figure out the track list that I'll be listening to. Anyways, thank you guys for diving deeper with us into Red Velvet. If you want to support this endeavor and more in the future, go ahead and visit us on patreon.com/formatherapy. For as little as $2 a month, you can actually help us out. Thank you to our patrons that are already there. But if you want to join us, there are a lot of perks that you can get access to, and there's more coming in the future. But if you can't support us monetarily, that's fine. Go ahead and click subscribe up here, or go ahead and watch all our other videos over here.